So here we are, right? I feel like this is like a Jerry's kind of final thought, right? So about 3 years ago, 90 episodes ago, right? We had an idea and we did a thing. Uh, our educated queen at work was like, you guys should do this show, right? Do a podcast. And at this point, I had no idea what a podcast was all about. I just knew, people got on a microphone and just talked. And me and CB, we played around like, what the hell are we talking about? Well, we found the idea of sneakers. We found the idea of, movies. We just talk about, we know that stuff. And then whatever happens from there, we can grow. And then we knew we're like, well, for our first episode, we can be deep. We can just, we got to talk about something, right? We got to show that we have depth and, whatever. And then I remember, like, okay, well, shit, that's the easy part. Well, how the hell are we going to record this? How are we going to get this done? Like, we tried, and I've told this story plenty of times. Like, we tried out, like, Google Rooms. At that point, this is before, like, it had became big. Like, it was like Google Chats, whatever. Now it's like Google, because of the pandemic, it's like Google Rooms. You can do all this stuff, whatever. And we decided we had no idea what we were doing. My computer was shit at that point. But then it was like the perfect circle because my boy SupaFly, I knew he had the equipment. I knew he wanted to get in the podcast. I think in our chat with our production side with the dramatics, I think he was saying, he was trying to do that. And bada bing, bada boom, you reach out, and that's just the kind of guy he was. He let us in, and we're like, look, let's do this. I got you. We could figure out the things I need to work on, how to record this podcast, and me and CB need to figure out how to even just
Host
create almost like forced chemistry, like on a mic, because it's different when you just playing it off, right? But Superfly opened up his house and he let us record not only the first episode, but he's like, come, do it again. Let's keep doing this. And then Superfly's house became the hub of recording, and before, Jesus, before we get, I close this out. Tonight, this is safe to say, man, I'm doing all this.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight is, and Kiz will kind of, I don't know if foreshadowing or whatever, but tonight is Superfly's last episode with us. And it's it's there. I feel it right here. So I know it meant something for 90 episodes. It was just, it's not going to be like, it's not going to be easy, but, 90 episodes in, and that's my boy, but, I know he has bigger things that he wants to do. And to commit yourself to a project that you necessarily didn't know you were going to get ready to get committed in on, 90 shows in 3 years later, and here we are. But I'll let the other guys, if they got something to say before I close it out.
Yeah, man, Superfly, like it's wild to think about, just getting together at your house those first couple of times, and then all of a sudden it was like, yeah, no, this isn't just me and Phil, this isn't just CB and Kaleo, like Superfly is part of this too. And it's just been dope because this is obviously how me and you started a friendship, like literally through the show, and then being able to be homies and stuff outside of it. Honestly, cannot wait for Trap Trivia for that to be able to be a thing again, because some of us in the room have gotten to see you behind the tables like many, 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 many times. And for me, I haven't gotten the opportunity as often. So it's one of those things where excited to be able to get to see you back behind the deck and everything. And it's just been awesome, man. Like, I know that we're homies outside of all this stuff.
Right.
So it's not like you're really going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
But like one of those things, like 100% appreciate everything that you've done for us. Everything that you've done specifically that's helped me grow in the show. So it's one of those things where you can't be replaced. But like we said,
you hear that, E? Did you hear that?
Like it's one of those things where looking forward to what you got going on next. It's one of those things where we can't be upset about you getting ready to take like some big steps. You know what I mean? Excited for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
As the youngest one in the crew to come along and I had to clearly get the stamp of approval from you, to join this set, in the what funny, I don't want to say short amount of time because I feel like it's been longer than a short amount of time because we do shows every week. So
Right.
what would have been a every like once a month situation, and I would have got to know you, as much as that I have now. I appreciate your talent. I appreciate your guidance. And, the fact is that you are leveling up. You go into bigger and better things. And I believe that, it's all for a reason. It's all for a purpose. Everybody in this podcast can honestly say that, we've benefited from each other. Just the knowledge that we kick in here, but also the just the straight up camaraderie that we have within our text thread of just, checking up on each other and just really just being on some real genuine, what it is. And it's, that to me is the best thing that you can have. And then of course you put on top of that you know,
You know what it is. You know what it is.
we'll put that on the map. But and again, man, I will say this. I was privy to your DJing from the podcast, and that made me a fan. And this opportunity was from that. So I appreciate you for that, and I definitely hope you keep doing that, bro. Because like I said, you're amazing at it, and people got to recognize the skills.
No, I appreciate it sincerely, man. And like, so to tell a story too from my perspective, like, 3 years ago, I was coming off of like a kind of a heartbreak because my favorite podcast, the dude who got me into loving podcasts, Reggie Osei, Combat Jack, he died of cancer, and that
Yep.
was like a pivotal thing for me because it was like, yo, life isn't promised, man. And I think we really learned that this past year and didn't see this coming. But it really like made me switch and just go like, what are you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? Just go in and do what you want to do. And that was the main impetus around trying to get into podcasting. So then I was telling Kaleo, like, yo, I think I'm gonna start my own podcast. I just want to, you know what I mean, learn how to do this and get nice. I had no experience. I hated the sound of my voice. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea how I was going to do it. And then he was like, yo, I want to start a podcast too. Well, I was like, well, shit, like I need to learn. I can learn. You mind if I practice on y'all? You know what I'm saying? I had no foresight into this is going to be the We Are Something Else show. We're going to have merch and we're going to be doing this shit on video and we're going to have, a new partner that's coming in from LA. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't even register as a possibility. There wasn't even an expectation. It was just like, I'm going to learn how to record for a little while, get nice at it. And then, you know what I mean? It wasn't. And then a couple shows in, it was like, oh yeah, you just part of the show now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, all right. That's cool. And they'll give me more time on the mic. And it was like, when you do a podcast by yourself, there's a lot of that's on you. You know what I'm saying? On trying to book a guest. And it's a lot of awkwardness when you're interviewing people you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And this show was great because it was total opposite of that. Just like Kizzle was talking about the energy and the vibe. This is like coming to your dorm room or to your homie's house growing up. You know what I'm saying? And you don't there is no you don't feel like you're putting on a show. You know what I'm saying? You just here kicking it, and you need that kind of balance, and I certainly appreciated it, and it's been fun to just be on the ship, on the ride, watching to see how things change, and coming out of COVID, I had to, again, just like I did, 3 years ago, kind of had to assess, what are the things that I want to do next. And I don't look at it as leveling up. I'm just looking at it as kind of sometimes you just got to recalibrate in order to focus on the things that you want to achieve. You know what I'm saying? So I got some things lined up. We're bringing back trap trivia, stay tuned. That's part of the reason I was late, but you know what I'm saying? That's coming back, but that's only one thing. So there's a bunch of stuff coming. And I'm just trying to, like I said, focus on some things that I need to get done. And I'm not going to be a stranger. I'm going to be able to come on here. Hopefully you guys keep the door open for me.
We got 10 weeks.
And it's been amazing. Got you. And it's been amazing to watch, you know what I mean? to see how y'all bloom. Like I remember the first show you came over with like a notebook of, you know what I mean, topics and questions y'all were going to ask each other. And it was just, you know what I mean? And now it's to the point you can run a show with your eyes closed. You know what we're going to talk about. We don't even have to pre-plan the show.
Yep.
Amongst ourselves. You have a plan, you know what I'm saying? But the rest of us come on this joint and go to work, you know what I mean? And it's just what we do, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's been a ball. I've learned a ton, and I'm excited to see where y'all go next. And I'm here to help, however, you know, to help you do that, you know. But I have to also prioritize myself and the things I want to do next. So that's kind of the motivation behind it.
I think, I mean, the main thing we've been preaching this pandemic is if you come out this pandemic the same way you went in, you wasted time, right?
Right.
So again, we got 10 weeks before we'll see SupaFly again, because there's no way in the world you're gonna get to 90 and not be on 100.
Like,
I mean,
I can't
100
do it, right?
is a celebration, right? 100 is gonna be a celebration.
Exactly.
And it's just gonna be. We haven't planned it yet, but we did talk about maybe finally doing the Prince episode on 100. That's a big number. We can do that. But then there's a lot of people that probably want to come celebrate too. So we haven't figured it out. But you know, this is what's important right now, and definitely want to just thank you, because
thank you, man.
You gave us the voice. I mean, we were the talent, but you were able to create the vision and put us out there and just open your home up to. I mean, again, to SupaFly and CB had never met, to the point where the last time we met at SupaFly's house, I mean, at this point, CB's going in his refrigerator, just getting whatever he wants to drink at this point, and we
fix up a plate. Show. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. You know what I mean?
Doing the show. So, but yeah, I know where he's going next, and eventually, I guess that'll be public knowledge, and then we'll just, we're gonna celebrate that. We're gonna celebrate again Trap Trivia. There's a lot of opportunities there, but again, I guess the main thing that I want to express is gratitude